calculate the oxidation state of elements present in covalent compounds. Now today I'll show you some examples to solve the questions regarding oxidation state of the underlying elements in the given compounds. Let us start. How can we calculate the oxidation state for those elements? Here are the few examples for which we have to calculate oxidation states. Like in NaH2PO4, we have to calculate the oxidation state for phosphorus. In K2MnO4, we have to calculate for manganese. In NaHSO4, we have to calculate for sulfur, and so on. Now let us start with the first example, NaH2PO4. In which we have to calculate the oxidation state for phosphorus. The rule for calculating the oxidation number for a neutral molecule is that the total sum of oxidation states of each and every element of the compound must be 0. So we can say that oxidation number of sodium plus 2 molecules of hydrogen plus phosphorus and 4 molecules of oxygen must be 0 as per the oxidation rule. As per the oxidation number rule. Now we put the oxidation number of the few elements which we already know. That sodium, which is having the oxidation number +1. +1 for the sodium. Then 2 is the number of hydrogen, and hydrogen is also having +1 oxidation state. Then phosphorus, which we have to calculate, we can put it like X. जिसे निकालना है उसे X लिखा जाएगा. Then for oxygen, 4 is the number of atoms and -2 is oxidation number for general oxygen, and all are equal to 0. Now let us solve it mathematically. 1 plus 2 plus x minus 8 is equals to 0. X is equals to 8 minus 3 and x is equals to 5. So we can say that the oxidation number of phosphorus is equals to +5. Let us explain once again. I have written the name of all the elements and added them with each other to get the total oxidation number 0. Because our rule says that in a neutral molecule, the total sum of oxidation number of every atom of an element must be 0. So Na plus 2. 2 is the number of hydrogen atoms here, H2. So I have written 2 over here and hydrogen here. Plus phosphorus plus oxygen, where the 4 is number of oxygen atoms. And the total sum of all is equals to 0. Now what we have to calculate? Oxidation number of phosphorus. So we put X in place of phosphorus. And now +1 for sodium, because sodium has oxidation number +1. Then hydrogen also have +1. Then oxygen, in generally we have studied previously that it has -2. So I have put it -2 over here. Now mathematically if I solve 1 plus 2 1 ja 2 plus x and 4 2 ja 8. When I solve, I got x is equals to 5. So here we can say that the oxidation number for phosphorus is +5. I hope you are able to understand this. Now let us start the next example. Our next example is K2MnO4. In which we have to calculate the oxidation number for manganese. So let us start again the neutral molecule without any charge. So the total sum must be 0. 2 atoms for potassium plus manganese plus 4 of oxygen is equals to 0. 2 for potassium which has oxidation state +1, X for manganese and -2 for the oxygen. So let us solve again. 2 plus X minus 8 is equals to 0 and X is equals to 8 minus 2, that is X is equals to plus 6. So we can say here manganese has oxidation state plus 6. Now the next example is NaHSO4. In which we have to calculate oxidation state for sulfur. Again the neutral molecule, total sum is, yes, 0. So Na plus hydrogen plus sulfur plus 4 atoms of oxygen must be equal to 0. Now let's put the oxidation states of the known elements like sodium, hydrogen and oxygen. Sodium +1, hydrogen again +1, sulfur we have to calculate, so it must be X, and oxygen -2 which is equals to 0. 1 plus 1 plus X -8 is equals to 0. X is equals to 8 minus 2 and X is equals to plus 6. Here the oxidation number for sulfur is plus 6. It is not necessary that each and every element must have different oxidation state. More than one element may have similar oxidation states in different compounds. So here again we are getting the oxidation state of sulfur, that is plus 6, and previously in Mn also we got the plus 6 oxidation state, that is possible. Now let us start the next example. CaO2, in which we have to calculate the oxidation state for oxygen. In all the previous examples we are already writing the oxidation state for oxygen, that is -2, but here we have to calculate it for the oxygen. So let us start. Ca plus 2 oxygen is equals to 0 due to the neutral molecule. Calcium is having oxidation state +2 by default, and oxygen we have to calculate, so it is X equals to 0. 2 plus 2X is equals to 0. 2X is equals to -2 and X is equals to -2 by 2, that is equals to -1. Here we can say that oxygen is having oxidation state -1, not -2, as we have already studied in our previous rules that for oxygen, if it is forming any peroxide, then oxidation state of oxygen must be -1. So here we can say that it is calcium peroxide, not the calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is a general oxide in which oxidation number of oxygen is -2, but in peroxides it may be -1, and in superoxides oxygen shows -half oxidation state. So here the calcium peroxide in which oxygen is having oxidation state -1. Now the next. Here we have to calculate the oxidation state for sulfur itself. How can we calculate it? Nothing else is given. It is not a compound. It is only a simple molecule. So we have studied in our rules that if a molecule is made up of same type of atoms or a single element, its oxidation number is always 0. So here in S8, the oxidation number of sulfur is 0 because it is not forming any covalent bond with some other element or with other electronegative elements. So it is not donating or gaining the electrons. That's why the oxidation number is 0. No need to calculate such examples. Our last example. Calculate the oxidation number of sulfur in the given compound. Let us start. Again, as it is a neutral molecule, the total sum must be 0. So let us start. The oxidation number of potassium plus aluminium plus. Here we are having sulfate ion, that is a 2 in number. So we write 2 with sulfur and 4 oxygen plus dot. Here dot doesn't mean multiply. It is for crystalline water. So we also have to add the oxidation numbers of water molecules along with the example. So 12 molecules of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, and total is 0. I have noted each and everything over here. So let us put the oxidation states of the known elements, like potassium, that is +1, aluminium is +3, which is its valency, +2, sulfur we have to calculate, oxygen -2 plus 12, 2 of hydrogen, that is +1, and oxygen -2, that is equals to 0. 1 plus 3 plus 2 x minus 8 plus 12, 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Now solve the brackets first. 1 plus 3 plus, let's multiply, 2x minus 16 plus 12, 0 is equals to 0. 2 minus 2 must be 0. 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2x, which we have to calculate, minus 16 plus, when 0 is multiplied by anything, it must be 0. So here we can write the 0 is equals to 0. Now calculate for the x. 16 minus 4, which is equals to 12, and x is equals to 12 by 2, that is equals to plus 6. So here we can say that oxidation number for sulfur is plus 6. Process is lengthy, but it's very simple. Only you have to put the oxidation number of known elements. Now the question arises, how we come to know about oxidation number of these elements which are not given in the question? We can learn these oxidation states by knowing their minimum and maximum range. So let us discuss about the minimum and maximum maximum range of oxidation state of an element. How can we decide the minimum and maximum range of oxidation number of any element? We can learn a simple rule for that. The minimum range of oxidation state. The minimum range of oxidation state of any element must be equal to its valency. For example, for oxygen, the minimum range, the smallest oxidation state is equals to -2, which is its valency. Similarly, for sodium, it is +1. which is the valency of sodium. Similarly for potassium, as potassium is found in the same group of sodium, they have similar valencies, so it is also +1. For calcium, valency is +2, so the minimum oxidation state is also +2. Magnesium of the same group also has +2. Aluminium, the valency is +3, and so on. Similarly for chlorine, the valency is -1. Fluorine, it is also -1. Bromine, it is also -1. So we can say that the minimum range of oxidation state or the minimum value of oxidation state for any element must be equal to its valency. Now what's the maximum value of oxidation state of the same elements? The maximum range of oxidation state of an element is equals to its valence electron. That is, the electrons present in outermost shell are the maximum range of the oxidation state of any element. For example, we take the same examples again, that for oxygen it is +6 because oxygen is having 6 electrons in its valence shell. So the minimum range is -2 and maximum is +6. So we can say that oxygen may vary from -2 to +6. The oxidation state for oxygen may vary between -2 to +6. That is the minimum range to maximum range. For sodium, in outermost shell we have only 1 electron. So its maximum range is +1. Previously, we have studied that the minimum is also +1 due to its valency. So, sodium only has +1 oxidation state, nothing else. इसीलिए हमने सोडियम की जहाँ भी ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट रिक्वायर्ड थी, अपने आप ही +1 लिखा था, क्योंकि सोडियम के लिए और कोई दूसरा ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर नहीं होता. इसका मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम दोनों +1 ही है. Same for the calcium. Outermost shell electron is +2 and valency is also +2. So the range is only +2. So if we require oxidation state of calcium anywhere, we can just use +2 without any hesitation. For chlorine, the number of valence electron is 7. So the range is -1 to +7. Chlorine may show oxidation states between -1 to +7. That is the valency to valence electron. And like this, we can learn about the oxidation states of few elements which have their fixed values. कुछ ऐसे एलिमेंट्स जैसे सोडियम, पोटेशियम, कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, इनकी ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट्स फिक्स्ड होते हैं क्योंकि इनकी वैलेंसी और वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन के नंबर सेम होते हैं, इसलिए इनकी कोई रेंज नहीं होती। ये सिर्फ एक ही ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर शो करते हैं जिन्हें हम डायरेक्ट यूज़ कर सकते हैं, और इस तरह से इनका यूज़ करके हम जिनका भी क्वेश्चन में गिवन है ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। होप आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट भी समझ में आ गया होगा और इसकी हेल्प से आप इससे पहले किए गए सारे एग्जाम्पल्स को दोबारा देखकर अच्छे से समझ सकेंगे। Thank you all of you, and in our next video we will discuss about the paradox of oxidation states.